Hi. My name is Lucas Adams. I am a senior currently attending, Dexter High School. And, I guess I'm making this message to my school board? Not really sure who this is going to. It's mainly just so I can, rant and complain about all the things that I think my school district has failed at. But, that's my opinion, and I'm here to express them to you in an unscripted, unformatted rant. So sit back, grab some popcorn, and listen to me stumble over my words and accuse the school district of being utterly pathetic at their jobs. So, first, a little bit about my school schedule normal pre-COVID. We started at 8 o'clock, and we got out at 2:51. Classes go for 57 minutes each, with about a third of the students getting to go at lunch at one time for a half an hour. So we have, first hour, then a 5-minute break, and then second hour, which is 57 minutes, and then another 5-minute break. And then throughout the 11 to 12 area, about half the students, there's like 3 groups of lunches, so our fourth hour is actually an hour and a half, because a chunk of students goes in each lunch for a half an hour. Basically, we have 6 classes, 57 minutes a day, and every kid gets a 30-minute lunch break in the middle of it. Guess it doesn't matter the specific groupings and all that. And so, if we pull out my nifty-difty calculator right here, that equates to 57 minutes times 6 times 5. So that's 1,710 minutes a day. Right? 57 minutes, 6 classes a day, times 5 days a week. Makes sense? And that was great. I really enjoyed that system. I learned everything I needed to learn. Wasn't struggling at all. Mainly A student. I was. And then COVID happened, and we didn't have school for 6 months. We were one of the schools that shut down on March 13th or 12th. We completely shut everything down, and we resumed school in September, on the 6th of September or whatnot. And we resumed with the most pathetic schedule I have ever seen in any school district anywhere at all. I think they could not have screwed up more. So our new schedule is we still have 6 classes. That's the only thing that's the same. We have 6 classes, but instead of seeing all 6 classes every day for 57 minutes, we see 3 classes every day for 45 minutes. And so I've got class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At 9:30, we have our first Zoom meeting. So we're already starting an hour and a half later, which honestly I'm not complaining about. That's the one good thing, but I know it's terrible. I would totally give up that hour and a half of extra time I get in the morning to actually have a functioning school. So we go from 9:30 to 10:15 with a 45-minute Zoom. And then we have a 45-minute break, just to do homework. I don't know why we have a 45-minute break. We just have a break. It's a do whatever time for 45 minutes. Actually, it's an hour. But yeah, so from 10:15 to 11:15, we have a break. And then at 11:15, we have our next 45-minute Zoom. And whatever. And then after that, we have another 45-minute break. For whatever reason that I don't understand why. I don't get it. I truly don't. We just have a break. Whatever. And then from 12 to 1, we have another break, which I'm actually currently sitting in recording this video. It's 12:30. And then from 1 to 1:45, we have our final class period of the day. And then after that, we have a break, essentially do homework time, and then we Our official ending time is, I think, 3 p.m. is when we get out officially. So my complaints about that, that's, for those of you who are tracking, that's 45 minutes a day for 3 classes. Oh, and we have Wednesdays off. No Zooms on Wednesday. None. Why? I don't know why. Just have classes on Wednesday. So we only get 45 minutes per class, 3 day or twice a week. Twice a week. I see all my classes twice a week instead of 6 times a week. So let's do some simple math. We see classes for 45 minutes, and we see only 3 a day, and we see them twice a week. That's 270 minutes. So, that is a reduction of 85%. 85%. In total, I am losing 85% of my learning time. And yet I'm still expected to take AP exams in March. I'm still expected to get the same amount of grades. I'm still expected to learn calculus in 85% less time. Well, that's in total. So let's find out what it is per class. So per class, normally I see it 57 minutes times 6. That's 342. And then here I only see 90 minutes. So if we do 90 divided by 342. So that's only a 73% reduction time per class. But in total, it's an 85% loss of active learning time. And my district has the audacity to call that school, still grades the same, still does whatever the same. Everything's the same except the fact that I literally have lost out on 85% of my learning time. How can you call that school? And how am I expected to stay motivated and try and learn when my teachers can only teach me 15% of the time? I don't get it. Most classes are fine. But on the classes like math, where you need repetition and you need to be able to ask questions and not have to wait for a freaking email so my teacher can respond. And you have to be able to work in groups because sometimes my classmates can explain it better than my teacher can. But nope, I can't do that because of emails. And because there's no such thing as group work anymore. And don't even try and tell me that the breakout rooms on Zoom are any good when half the people don't even unmute their mics and turn on their cameras. You can't call that school. That's called trying to make my way into college. And thankfully I've already been accepted into college. So I don't have to worry about failing my senior year as much as I would potentially. And I just don't get how you can call what we have school now, because it's not. It's a waste of my time, and I could be teaching myself this stuff without having to go to school. Honestly, I could learn better if they said, here's your classes, learn it yourself. I bet you I could do a better job than what my district has decided to do. Without even thinking about it, I could do better. If we had, if I got together with my friends and we came up with a schedule about this is what we're going to do every day, right? I bet you we could do a better job. Come up with a better schedule. In any case, speaking of schedules, how to fix the schedule. Okay, first of all, 2 things that need to go. Why the hell do we have the breaks? And why don't we have classes on Wednesday? I don't understand. I don't get it. Truly, why? What's the point of not having class on Wednesday? Just so you don't have to worry about an even and an odd amount of classes per day, right? Is that why? No. And get rid of the breaks. We don't need the breaks. If you're going to have 3 classes a day, great. Stack them all up to each other. Just so I can be done by noon. Instead of having to wait until 3. So I can be done by noon, get my homework done, and have the rest of the day to go outside. Because that's what my district said was the point of the breaks. To get us away from screen time. Well, guess what? Guess what literally everybody else is doing during the breaks? They're either actually doing homework, which requires looking at a screen, or they're looking at a screen playing video games. I mean, that's what most of my friends have told me. You don't need the breaks in there. They don't give you any more time with homework. I'd rather have a huge chunk of block time to do homework than spaced out 45-minute periods in the day. Why? And if you really want to, this is what I would prefer. Just have everything like normal. But guess what? Have the Zooms scheduled. Just have it Zooms. Keep the schedule the normals. Start school at 8. We have our first Zoom for 57 minutes. Then we take a break. And then we have our second Zoom for 57 minutes. And then we have our third Zoom for 57 minutes. And so on and so on. Just like a normal school day. Just like a normal school day. I don't see a reason why that wouldn't work. And if you want to consider that too much workload, then do what I said. Fix the schedule. Have class 5 days a week, and have 3 classes, and just have like an A and a B week. One week you see these classes 3 times, and these classes 2 times, and then they switch the next week. That's how the middle school works, and that's how colleges function on a block schedule, so I don't see why our high school can't do that. I don't see why we can't do that. And then, I saw this on Instagram. Someone was like, stop treating online school as school, completely redo it. Don't change the grading system. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. I don't agree with that. And then I got thinking about it. I said, why not? Why not blow up the system? Sure, try something new. It's not hurting anyone. I mean, you're already literally ruining my grades this year. So why not blow it up and try something new? And I'm really ashamed at my school district, because what we did in March after the corona was the work wasn't mandatory, and our school district sent an email where it was like, don't worry, we have a scheduled plan. We've been using it for years, and that's what we're going to use. If this is what that plan looked like, then get me out of here. If this is the best they could come up with over the 6 months, then I have no reason to be here. I have no homeschool me, which my mom is seriously thinking about doing, or I will move to another district, or just start college early. Because I trust that colleges are more equipped to handle this than... I assume in colleges, instead of just sitting in a lecture hall for 2.5 hours, you sit on a Zoom for 2.5 hours. Which is fine, because you're not losing 85% of your learning time. 85. Oh, mind you, that's per week. I don't get that. How did nobody on the school board or nobody take a look at that and go, wait a minute, we're holding these children to the exact same expectation, and yet we're literally cutting them down to 15% of their learning time. And I have AP exams in the spring. And I know there's people who have 6 of them. I only have 2. Could you imagine having 6 AP exams? We're already months behind in classwork. Months. And all of our teachers are like, yeah, we're just gonna kind of have to, skip that. And not go in depth into these topics. How are you supposed to learn? How are you supposed to learn like that? I know, some people are enjoying it. And I love the schedule. It gives me time to explore my hobbies more and connect with people. And that's the only thing that's keeping me sane instead of breaking down. Because I'm about there. I'm about to the point where I would just want to go somewhere else. Because they will offer me at least an education. Because what Dexter High School is offering me is not an education. I don't know. If you know me, if you're from my district, let me know what you think. And if you're not, thanks for listening. Talk to you next time.